Print on demand is the biggest illusion in online business. Everybody thinks it is the shortcut to success, but fulfillment isn't the business. The real business is invisible, and if you miss it, you'll lose. Let me show you why. Most new sellers get this completely wrong, and it's why so many print-on-demand stores fail to get off the ground. In this video, I'm going to show you why most print-on-demand stores fail, the mindset shift that separates the real entrepreneurs from everybody else, and the exact 3 steps I wish I had focused on earlier when I was building brands to hit 7 figures of sales in their first year. Hey guys, my name is Meg Heckman, and over the last 5 years, I have built 4 different print-on-demand brands and gotten them to over $1 million of sales in their first 12 months of operating them. In this video, I'm going through real-world strategy based off of my experience and not just recycled advice that's out on the internet. So let's dive in. Here is the brutal truth. Print-on-demand is not a business model, it is just a fulfillment model. And fulfillment isn't going to create success. It's going to help build that success, but it's not what's going to make the brand successful in the beginning. When I launched my very first store, I didn't have a niche in mind. I just created designs that I personally liked, threw them into a Shopify store, and thought, well, if I like the design, others will like the design too, and that they'd buy it. But here's the problem. I wasn't speaking to anyone. There was no specific customer in mind, no niche, no identity, just designs that Meg thought was cool. And I'll never forget what Chris told me when he looked at my store. He said, "Your store is not talking to anybody." He was completely confused. He was like, "Who did you build this store for?" And he was absolutely right. I had only created a store that spoke to me. That's what I see too many new sellers do. They create a general store full of random designs, hoping that something hits. But if you're not speaking to one person, one clear avatar, you're speaking to no one at all. Now, fast forward to us launching History Tees, and we did things very differently. We started super broad within the history niche. We tried funny shirts, boring shirts, presidents, just generic history quotes, all under the history umbrella. And that's exactly what you should do when you're starting out, because testing wide gives you the best possible shot at traction. But early on, none of it truly connected. It felt scattered. It felt like history content just simply on shirts, not a cohesive brand. But then we found the Lincoln 5-star review, a sarcastic spin about Abraham Lincoln leaving a review on Ford's Theater. He gave it a 1 out of 5 stars, ironically. And that one was a total hit. People laughed, they shared it, they felt it, and it connected on an emotional level. From there, we kind of got the idea that we should go sarcastic humor with a history flair. Once we saw the traction with the Lincoln 5-star review, we then came up with the idea of "Oh crap, that's due tomorrow," which was based off of Thomas Jefferson needing to write the Declaration of Independence. After we launched that design, we saw that we had something. We were able to follow even more data, and we didn't need to guess anymore. We leaned into what was clearly resonating with the customers. The voice of the brand then evolved, the emails got funnier and matched the overall vibe of the store, and the designs became even more intentional. We were able to make even more funny, sarcastic history t-shirts. We weren't just selling t-shirts anymore. We were selling identity, and identity turns into community. And this becomes the true business model. So here's what I've learned. I learned that you're not selling a product. You're not even selling a design. You're selling a feeling. You're selling something that makes your customer say, "This shirt is me." And when customers feel that, they buy, they wear it, and then they come back for more because we're continuing to design and we're continuing to make the brand even better. So the real question is, what identity does your brand help your customer step into? Because that there is the real product. And print on demand is just how we deliver it. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about is the mindset shift that needs to happen from us to go from sellers to true business owners. And there's a major difference between how sellers think versus how business owners think. Sellers will simply think, what's trending right now? What designs could I possibly post today? Where a business owner is going to take it a couple steps further. They're going to ask, who am I building this for? And what identity am I helping somebody to express? And what is the data saying is working? Because here's what happens. When we're building our first business, it's so easy to get emotional. You've put in time, you've put in money, and you've put in energy. You've designed over 100 products, and you've stayed up late nights to try to get your Shopify theme just right and get your designs ready to be shown to the world. And when it doesn't work, it's very easy to get frustrated. You don't keep tweaking things things based off of emotion. That's not strategy. But that's where the business owner steps up. They pause, they take a step back, and they look at the 10,000 foot view, which is the overall data in both Shopify and in the ads. Because the data is telling us a story, not just which designs are converting, but why are they converting? We're able to dissect that data and make better decisions about the brand. We can look at which shirts are getting the cheapest clicks, which ones are getting added to people's carts, what comments are they saying on our ads. This is our customer talking to us. And instead of them writing in and saying exactly how they feel, they're telling us in the numbers. And if you can separate your feelings from the facts, that is when things truly start moving in the right direction. Now, if all this is resonating with you and you want the frameworks and tools to do this even better, I'm inviting you to join our free WeScale school community. It's where we're able to go deeper. You'll get resources, trackers, as well as access to our 21 and 31-hour print-on-demand Shopify courses. This can help you not just post designs and hope for the best, but give you real tools and traction to building your brand. The link is in the description below. We would absolutely love to have you. Now, let's talk about the exact 3 steps I wish I had taken seriously when I was starting out, because they would have saved me a ton of time and helped me build so much faster. The first step is starting broad and then following the data. We don't need to be super hyper niched down right away. You don't need to know that you're going to make a humorous history store. It's better to start with a few emotional angles inside of a niche and then let the market show you what's resonating with the consumer. That's exactly what we did with History Tees, and that one design truly told us everything and was the foundation for what that brand truly became. Your job is to first test wide enough to find what's working, what are people even interested in, and then doubling down on that with speed. The second thing that I wish I had done earlier on was build identity-driven concepts. The design is truly not the product. The concept, the identity behind it is really what matters. We can all create really beautiful designs and really cool t-shirts, but your customer should feel like whoever made this design truly gets me. And it's about speaking to that customer on a different level that most brands just can't do. And that's the goal. Even if an outsider doesn't understand the shirt, the ideal buyer will. They're not buying ink on a fabric, they're buying a different version of themselves. Now, step 3 would be building a brand and not just a store. Stores post listings, brands build loyalty. Think of your site as a world with a voice, a tone, a vibe. From your homepage to your emails to any short form videos you're making, it should all feel like the same person behind it. That's truly how people connect, and that's how they stick around. And it's how you stop chasing a few sales and start building a movement of people coming back to your store time and time again. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Print on demand is not the business. It is just a tool. It is a fulfillment method. The real business is what your brand makes people feel. You're helping them say, this shirt is who I am. And when you lead with identity, let the data guide you and build a world that people actually want to belong to, that's when you start winning. You stop chasing these quick one-off wins and sales, and you start building a brand that lasts. And if this video helps shift your thinking, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you're interested in joining the free WeScale school community, please click the link in the description below, and let's start building your business today.